Verizon Pioneers and Boy Scout Troop 182 of Baldwin teamed up recently for Operation SOS, or Support Our Soldiers, to help send 500 care packages to United States soldiers fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan. The event is an important project for Boy Scout Eric Carinanti, who decided to take on the task as his Eagle Project, the project that determines whether or not a Boy Scout will graduate to the coveted level of Eagle Scout.
Well, in my family, I have quite a few, like my dad. He was in Vietnam, and he told me about how while he was over there, he really didn't receive any kind of presents or anything. So that kind of touched me. I was like, how can that be? You're giving your life to protect your country, and you're not getting any thanks. So I teamed up with Verizon. They ran this idea upon me, and I was like, well, that could be a good idea for an Eagle Project. I can find people to help, and I can fundraise anything that needs to be fundraised. Like everything here was donated.
In addition to the donations for supplies, all of the shipping fees will be paid by Verizon Pioneers, a charity organization of current and retired Verizon employees that Eric's mother, Diana, has been a part of for the last 10 years.
The Verizon Pioneers is an organization. We're a 501c organization, and what we do is we do a lot of charity work. So what had happened is that we have a chapter who started this project last year, and the name of their project was Spark Our Soldiers. So my son was looking for something to do for his Eagle Project, so one of the gentlemen, Lloyd Harris, suggested that why doesn't he speak to his scoutmaster and talk about possibly doing his project as doing the shipping of these boxes.
And once the project was approved, Eric began 7 months of planning and executing every detail on his own, which involved everything from soliciting donations to pay for what went into the packages, to figuring out all of the logistics on the night of the packing.
I had to think about who's going to be doing what, which I just thought about as soon as this day started. I had to think about where everything's going to be placed. I had to think about how long it's going to take, because your Eagle Project ends as soon as you're 18, and that means you can't be a Boy Scout anymore. You're now a JASM, you're an adult leader. So also I had to think about the soldiers that are still over there, because some might be coming back as soon as they send over.
And taking on this task as his Eagle Project, for Eric, means that there's a lot riding on this one night of teamwork.
The Eagle Project is basically the culmination of all the skills that he's learned in Boy Scouts. It's kind of like the final exam of all his leadership, the things he's learned as a leader.
Do 1, 2 spins, make the bag on the outside like this.
Which means that Eric is responsible for coordinating every aspect of the project and dealing with any obstacles that arise on his own.
The parents, we tell him, leave him alone. Let him plan it, let him set it. If he makes a mistake, he's got to find a mistake. And then if he has an issue, that's usually where he calls me, because I'm his Eagle mentor, which is basically the only adult that's allowed to help him with the project.
Yeah, but see, what we're doing is like we ran out of letters, so all this rest of the stuff, there's more stuff at another house. We're just trying to get what we had for tonight.
So this is a young man who has to do everything on his own, plan out everything on his own, present his project, do his project, and then at the end of it, he has to write it all up and present it to an Eagle board, which is usually 3 people who specialize in this, who will quiz him on everything.
And as part of fulfilling his project requirements, Eric is sending a personal letter to each soldier thanking them for their service and asking for some form of written response to include in his scrapbook, something he says will be one of the many things he takes with him when this project is complete.
I enjoy Boy Scouting. It's one of the funnest things I've ever done as a kid. I'm going to be, with those letters that I get back, I'm going to try to do my best to read all of them, and I'm really just happy that I'm able to do this. It just makes me feel really great.
You're watching Push Pause on Verizon Fios.